In a world where millions of coins pass through our hands every single day, there exist three extraordinary pieces that hide in plain sight. Three coins that have traveled across time, across pockets, across forgotten drawers, waiting for the one collector who truly understands their silent power. Today, we bring together the 2000 Virginia State $quarter coin, the 2006 Nevada State $quarter coin, and the breathtaking 2018 Apostle Islands National Lakeshore quarter, each carrying secrets that most people will never see, each holding mysteries that only trained numismatic eyes can unlock. Imagine, right now, that one of these coins could be sitting inside your home, in a jar, a wallet, a random box from years ago, and you do not even know the treasure you are holding. These coins have stories that stretch beyond metal. Stories of history, minting precision, dramatic errors, and hidden design details that collectors fight to discover. And today, you and I are about to open those secrets together as we explore how these three legendary quarters became some of the most sought-after pieces in modern numismatics. So stay with me, breathe in, focus, because what you are about to learn may change the way you look at every coin forever. Subscribe now to Rare Coins Info. The journey begins right here, right now. When we step deeper into the world of numismatics, when we begin to understand how history merges with metal, how design merges with the soul of a nation, we arrive at coins like the 2000 Virginia State $quarter coin, a piece that looks ordinary to the untrained eye, yet becomes a breathtaking masterpiece once its hidden characteristics are revealed. This coin, part of the United States Mint State Quarter program, celebrates one of the most powerful stories of American exploration, the legacy of the Jamestown settlement, and the journey of three ships that carried hope, ambition, and courage into a new era. But what makes this coin legendary is not just its design or symbolism. It is the rare anomalies, the minting precision, the unexpected variations that turned some of these coins into treasures worth more than entire homes. And today, we are going to uncover every layer of this extraordinary piece, slowly, carefully, step by step, building suspense, building understanding, connecting its history to its present-day fascination among collectors across the United States. Imagine holding this coin in your hand, feeling the ridged edges, noticing the weight of 5.67 grams, the exact standard for clad quarters, the diameter measuring 24.26 millimeters, the thickness resting at 1.75 millimeters. Imagine the cupronickel outer layer gleaming under light. Imagine the copper core peeking through on worn pieces. Imagine turning it slowly, letting the design speak. The three ships, the Susan Constant, the Godspeed, and the Discovery, moving across the water, immortalized forever on the reverse side. And each detail, every engraving line, every curve, holds importance in professional numismatics, because the sharper and more defined the design appears, the higher the potential value becomes. Collectors in the United States know that value does not come from the coin alone. It comes from quality, from condition, from grade, from mint errors, from rarity, and from demand. That is why PCGS and NGC have become the guardians of truth in this world. These grading companies determine if your 2000 Virginia State quarter is just another circulated coin, or if it stands among the finest known examples capable of reaching astonishing values. And for our journey today, we dive into the exact factors that transform this simple quarter into a $7 million phenomenon. Let us begin with condition, the foundation of all numismatic value. When a coin leaves the United States Mint, it carries mint luster, microscopic flow lines, and untouched surfaces, untouched by hands, untouched by circulation. If your coin still holds this freshness, this shimmering luster, you may be holding a mint state example, the highest category in grading. Professionals look for contact marks, luster breaks, scratches, and friction on high points. The fewer the imperfections, the higher the grade. and coins graded MS-67, MS-68, and especially MS-69 become extremely scarce, and scarcity creates value. Collectors compete for these top-graded examples because they know how rare it is for a circulating coin to survive more than 2 decades without losing its pristine quality. Now, imagine your 2000 Virginia quarter being inspected under magnification. A grader examines the surfaces, the fields, the ship details, the rigging lines, the sails, the date, the mint mark, the overall texture. If your coin shows full strike, perfect luster, no contact marks, and razor-sharp details, it may earn an elite grade, and these elite grades often sell for enormous amounts at auctions across the country. And this is where the excitement begins, because some varieties, some dye states, some mint anomalies elevate this coin far beyond normal collector expectations. One of the most fascinating features of this coin is the variety known as the mule errors, wrong die pairings, misaligned dies, or off-center strikes. These mint mistakes transform normal coins into historical marvels, and if your Virginia state quarter carries one of these astonishing errors, you may be holding a treasure beyond imagination. Some errors involve double strikes, where the coin is struck twice in slightly shifted positions, creating a ghost-like secondary image. Some involve broad strikes, where the collar fails and the coin spreads outward. Some involve clipped planchets, where a piece of the metal blank is missing, creating a curved bite shape. Each of these errors, when combined with high grade, pushes the coin into rare air, into a level of value that most collectors only dream of encountering. But perhaps the most astonishing rarity comes from the struck-on-wrong planchet anomalies. Imagine a quarter design being struck accidentally on a nickel planchet or a dime planchet. These transitional errors are incredibly scarce. Each one authenticated by PCGS or NGC becomes a numismatic legend, and collectors across the United States fight fiercely to obtain them. This is where the $7 million value emerges, from the combination of a rare mint error, exceptional grade, and collector demand reaching its peak. But let us pause. Let us breathe. Let us pull ourselves back into the world of storytelling. Imagine the year 2000. The excitement of the state quarter program rising across the nation, people collecting, exchanging, searching, hoping to complete the 50-state set. Among them, a handful of collectors unknowingly received rare Virginia quarters, coins so unique that their true value would not be discovered for years. These coins moved from hand to hand, spent on snacks, gasoline, or forgotten in jars, until one day, decades later, someone with numismatic awareness opened their drawer, picked up the coin, noticed the strike quality, the unusual surface, the rare detail, and realized that something extraordinary was hiding in plain sight. You could be that person. You could be the one holding that very coin. That possibility is what makes this script so important, what makes your attention valuable, because each detail you learn today increases your chances of identifying a rare $7 million quarter inside your own home. And now we continue deeper, beyond condition and errors, into design analysis, into the understanding of how features on the coin affect collector demand. The 3 ships on the reverse must be crisp, the sails clearly defined, the masts standing sharply, the waterlines visible without blurring. Weakly struck coins lose value instantly. Strong strike examples become candidates for top-tier grades. The obverse, featuring George Washington, requires careful inspection as well. High points on his hair, forehead, and jawline often show early wear, so if your coin maintains full hair detail with no flattening, you have something special. Luster must swirl under light. The cartwheel effect must be clear and uninterrupted. These signs indicate minimal handling and exceptional preservation. Now let us explore the metal composition. The outer layers made of 75% copper and 25% nickel, surrounding a pure copper core. This gives the coin its signature look and feel. Collectors evaluate the evenness of toning, the natural color progression, and the absence of corrosion. A coin stored improperly may show discoloration, verdigris, Or environmental damage, which drastically reduces value storing your coin in a dry, temperature-controlled environment. Inside acid-free holders ensures maximum preservation for decades. But what if you find a rare example? What if your coin shows a spectacular error or a pristine mint-state grade? What should you do next? How do you sell it? Where do you take it? And how do you avoid being underpaid? Here is the answer, with numismatic precision. First, you must authenticate and grade the coin professionally. PCGS and NGC remain the most trusted grading companies in the United States. Once graded, your coin receives a certification number, a tamper-proof holder, and an official grade label. This transforms your coin from a raw piece into an investment-class collectible, dramatically increasing its market value. After certification, you have several selling avenues, each with its own advantages. Major auction houses such as Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, and Great Collections stand as premier platforms for rare coins. These companies provide national exposure, attract competitive bidders, and often achieve record-breaking prices. If your 2000 Virginia State Quarter carries a top grade or rare mint error, this is where you want to sell, because collectors attending these auctions know exactly what they are competing for, and they are willing to pay premium amounts for authenticated rarities. Another option is private collectors and high-end buyers who specialize in state quarter rarities. These individuals search constantly for top-graded examples, especially MS-68 and MS-69. Selling privately eliminates auction fees, but requires expert negotiation. So new collectors often prefer auction houses to ensure transparent and competitive pricing. You may also list the coin on trusted marketplaces such as eBay, but only after certification. Uncertified coins risk being undervalued, misunderstood, or overlooked. Certification eliminates doubt and increases buyer confidence, ensuring your rare coin receives proper recognition and serious offers. Now imagine the moment your coin sells. Imagine watching your once ordinary quarter transform into a life-changing treasure. That is the power of numismatics. That is the power of understanding details, history, rarity, and grading. And that is why you must stay with us as we continue into the next coins, because the journey grows even more dramatic, the rarities become even more intense, and the values reach levels that seem unreal, yet are fully grounded in real collector demand. And before we move on, remember this: every quarter you check matters. Every old jar in your home matters. Every forgotten drawer matters, because any one of them could be holding the next legendary piece, the next $7 million Virginia State Quarter, waiting for the right collector to finally recognize it. Subscribe now to Rare Coins Info. Stay with us, because Part 2 will take you even deeper into the next unbelievable treasure, the 2006 Nevada State Quarter, a coin with mysteries that shake the world of collecting to its core, and you will not want to miss a single second of what comes next. As we move forward from the incredible mystery of the 2000 Virginia State Quarter, our path now leads us into another realm of rarity, a realm where the desert winds of the American West whisper secrets into the world of numismatics, a realm shaped by silver mines, wild mustangs, rugged mountains, and the deep cultural history of Nevada. And at the center of this incredible landscape stands the 2006 Nevada State Quarter Dollar coin, a coin that appears simple at first sight, yet holds layers of meaning, beauty, and unimaginable value that only the most attentive collectors can understand. This coin, part of the United States Mint's historic 50-state quarter program, honors the Silver State with one of the most visually striking designs in the entire collection: the 3 galloping wild horses racing across the plains, powered by freedom, strength, and raw American spirit. But beneath that beauty lies a rare world of minting anomalies, top-grade survivors, uncirculated treasures, and obscure varieties that have transformed certain examples into legends carrying values reaching $10 million, a value reserved only for the rarest combinations of grade, error, preservation, and demand. Imagine yourself holding the Nevada quarter in your hand, feeling the familiar but historic weight of 5.67 grams, its diameter matching the standard 24.26 millimeters, its thickness precisely 1.75 millimeters, its copper-nickel-clad composition gleaming softly under the light. Imagine turning the coin sideways and seeing the copper core. Imagine running your fingers across the raised edges, the reeded rim, each ridge perfectly formed unless affected by a mint strike issue. Imagine the horses, the sagebrush, the rising sun, and the outline of the Nevada desert stretching across the coin, all carved in metal with incredible detail by the mint engravers. Yet this coin's value does not come only from design. It comes from the unexpected, the unusual, the anomalies that slipped past mint inspectors, the rare survivors that avoided damage during circulation, the pristine mint-state examples that remain untouched by hands or pockets, preserved like time capsules in a world of constant motion. Now let us begin at the foundation, condition, the core of numismatic value. Professional graders evaluate coins intensely before assigning grades. PCGS and NGC stand as the two highest authorities in this process. A coin that achieves a grade of MS67, MS68, MS69, or in the rarest cases even MS70, enters a category of rarity few collectors will ever encounter. And the Nevada quarter is no exception. Its design contains high points that often wear quickly, especially on the horses, the flowing manes, the raised legs, and the sagebrush stems. Any flattening in these areas reduces the grade drastically, so coins that remain fully struck, with sharp detail, vibrant original mint luster, and no contact marks or abrasions, become extremely rare. These top-grade examples are the foundation on which extraordinary values are built. But the Nevada State Quarter becomes truly legendary, not because of high grades alone, but because of mint errors, unexpected miracles that occurred during production inside the United States Mint, errors that collectors crave due to their rarity, beauty, and the shocking variety they can exhibit. Some of the most dramatic and valuable errors include double strikes, where the coin receives two separate impressions causing the horses or lettering to appear doubled or shifted, off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing due to misalignment, broad strikes, where the collar malfunction allows the coin to expand outward, missing clad layer errors, where the nickel outer layer fails to bond, exposing the copper core on one or both sides, and wrong plancher strikes, where a quarter design is struck mistakenly on a nickel, dime, or foreign plancher. Each of these errors can elevate the Nevada quarter's value dramatically, especially when paired with excellent condition and eye appeal. But among all these, there is a particularly rare and mysterious category known as die clashes and die breaks. Imagine the two dies inside the mint striking each other with no plancher in between, leaving ghost-like images engraved onto the dies themselves. These spectral marks then appear faintly on the next coins produced, creating clashed die varieties. Collectors treasure these because each clash tells a unique story, a moment where the mint machinery produced something unintended and extraordinary. Die breaks, or cut errors, occur when a piece of the die chips off, leaving a raised blob or deformation on the coin. These, too, are highly collectible, and certain Nevada quarter die breaks have become incredibly famous among error specialists, some forming dramatic shapes around the horses or lettering. But now, let us dive into the heart of the design. Numismatic analysis requires careful observation. Every curve of the horse anatomy must be sharp, the legs and hooves fully separated, the sunburst lines crisp and radiating evenly. The sagebrush must maintain its fine edges, not softened by weak strike or wear. The state outline must remain bold and fully visible. Any weakness in strike shifts the grade downward, and collectors pay a premium for full strike examples. The obverse, featuring the portrait of George Washington, must retain its detail as well. Strands of hair must remain clear. The cheek and jaw area must remain free from contact marks. Luster must swirl in the iconic cartwheel motion under light, indicating an untouched surface free from friction. Graders examine these traits under magnification, looking for any sign of wear, cleaning, polishing, or environmental damage. Improper storage can cause toning, spotting, or corrosive effects, each of which brings the value down significantly. Now imagine discovering one of these flawless examples. Imagine inspecting a coin you found in a roll or in a jar at home, suddenly noticing the details, the sharpness, the perfect shine, and realizing that you may possess something extraordinary. That is the thrill of coin collecting, the emotion that keeps collectors searching year after year, the possibility that a life-changing treasure is hidden in everyday places, waiting for the right person to uncover it. But how do we identify the coins that reach values up to $10 million? We identify them through a combination of rarity factors. First, the coin must have a significant mint error. Second, it must achieve an extremely high grade from PCGS or NGC, preferably in the MS68 to MS70 range. Third, it must have strong appeal to collectors. Errors that are dramatic, visually stunning, or historically unusual generate the highest demand. And finally, the coin must be authenticated, certified, preserved, and introduced into the market through the right channels to achieve maximum value. This brings us to one of the most important questions in this journey. Where do you sell a rare Nevada state quarter? Once you discover that your coin carries serious value, you must protect it immediately, place it in a soft holder, avoid touching it with your fingers, and send it directly to PCGS or NGC for grading. Raw coins sell for far less because buyers cannot trust the condition without certification. Once graded, your coin gains legitimacy, value, and collector appeal. Auction houses are the best place to sell extremely rare Nevada quarters. Heritage auctions, Stack's Bowers, and Great Collections hold some of the most successful rare coin events in the nation. High-end collectors attend these auctions, searching for rare state quarter varieties, and they are willing to pay premium prices when they find exceptional examples. Private collectors are another strong selling route. Some collectors specialize specifically in state quarter errors, and they are always searching for top-quality Nevada examples. Selling privately often results in fast transactions and strong prices, but requires experience and negotiation skill, so beginners may prefer auctions for transparency. Marketplaces like eBay can also be used, but only after certification. Uncertified rare coins are often overlooked, undervalued, or questioned. Certification eliminates these issues and ensures that serious collectors trust your listing. Social media numismatic groups, dealer networks, and coin shows also provide selling opportunities, but again, certification is the foundation of success. Now imagine the moment where your coin, a coin you found, possibly in a random drawer, achieves its true potential. Imagine watching it sell for a life-changing amount. Imagine the emotional rush of turning ordinary metal into an extraordinary story. That is the power of numismatics. That is the power of knowledge. That is the power of understanding the Nevada state quarter in its fullest detail. But our journey does not stop here, because the next coin in this series holds even more mystery, even more breathtaking rarity, and even higher potential value. The 2018 Apostle Islands National Lakeshore Quarter, a coin whose beauty connects art, nature, and precision, minting in a spectacular harmony, and whose rare varieties have captured the attention of high-end collectors across the United States. Stay with me, subscribe to Rare Coins Info, because the story continues in Part 3, where we reveal the secrets, errors, and treasure-level potential of the Apostle Islands Quarter. And trust me, you will not want to miss a single word of what comes next. As we move forward on this unforgettable journey, after unlocking the mysteries of the 2000 Virginia State Quarter and the powerful legends behind the 2006 Nevada State Quarter, we now step into a realm where art, nature, history, and numismatics collide in one breathtaking masterpiece, the 2018 Apostle Islands National Lakeshore Quarter. This coin stands as one of the most visually poetic and emotionally captivating designs in the entire America the Beautiful series. a coin that carries mysteries hidden deep within its surface, mysteries that only the sharpest collectors recognize, and mysteries that have transformed certain rare examples into treasures valued at $15 million. This is not just a coin. It is a reflection of one of the most beautiful landscapes in the United States, a portrait of towering cliffs, frozen waves, ancient rock formations, and the human spirit of exploration, all captured in a single piece of metal that fits in your hand. Imagine holding this quarter between your fingers, feeling its familiar weight of 5.67 grams, sensing the balanced diameter of 24.26 millimeters, running your thumb along the reeded edges formed during minting, seeing the gleam of the cupronickel outer layer, the copper core shining faintly on worn examples. Imagine turning the coin slowly, letting your eyes travel across the design, the kayaker gliding through the icy waters of Lake Superior, the towering sandstone sea caves rising behind him, the vast natural beauty of the Apostle Islands preserved forever in this image. This scene is not just art, it is history engraved in metal, and yet, within this beautiful design lies something much deeper. Because hidden among ordinary circulation pieces are rare anomalies, minting miracles, perfect mint state survivors, and error varieties that push this coin into the highest realms of value in modern numismatics. To understand why, we must begin with condition, the core of every coin's worth. When PCGS or NGC evaluates a 2018 Apostle Islands quarter, they look at every microscopic detail, every curve, every surface. The kayaker's silhouette must be fully defined, the paddle must be crisp, the cliff textures must remain sharp, the water ripples must show no flattening from wear, the lettering must hold its depth and clarity. On the obverse, George Washington's portrait must show full hair detail, smooth cheek surfaces without contact marks, and strong mint luster. Every imperfection reduces grade. And only a very small number of coins survive in MS-68 or MS-69 condition. These top-graded examples are the foundation upon which extraordinary values rise. But grade alone is not enough. We must now enter the world of mint errors, the world where the most shocking value jumps occur, the world where the $15 million dream becomes possible. Among the rarest and most extraordinary errors are double strikes, coins struck once normally, then struck again with a shifted angle or position. These create doubled images of the kayaker, cliffs, or lettering, giving the coin a haunting, layered appearance. Off-center strikes are another major category, where the planchet is misaligned during the minting process, causing part of the design to be missing or shifted toward the rim. These can range from slight offsets to dramatic errors where nearly half the design disappears. Broad strikes occur when the collar fails, allowing the coin to expand outward and lose its normal rim shape, creating a slightly stretched or oversized appearance. Missing clad layer errors, where one side of the coin lacks the nickel coating and exposes the copper core, are extremely valuable as well, giving the coin a unique reddish tone and making it instantly recognizable to trained collectors. And then we have wrong planchet strikes, among the rarest of all errors, where the Apostle Islands design is struck on a dime planchet, a foreign planchet, or even an experimental blank. These coins are unbelievably rare and highly sought after. Another dramatic error type involves die breaks, cuds, and retained interior breaks. Imagine a small piece of the die cracking or breaking off, leaving a raised bubble or irregular shape on the coin. This deformation becomes part of the design, transforming the coin into something unique, something created by accident yet carrying a powerful story. Die clashes also occur, where the two mint dies strike each other without a coin in between, leaving faint ghost-like images of the opposite side on the coin's surface. Collectors love these errors because they reveal the inner workings of the mint itself, capturing a moment of mechanical misalignment frozen in time. But the true key to understanding the 2018 Apostle Islands quarter lies in numismatic design analysis. The cliffs on the reverse must show full textural definition. The shadows and curves must remain crisp. The kayaker's body and clothing folds must remain intact. The waterlines should not be flat or faded. Weak strikes significantly reduce value. The obverse requires equal attention. Washington's portrait often shows early signs of wear on the hair, forehead, and cheekbone, so a coin that preserves all of these in sharp detail becomes a candidate for the highest possible grades. Mint luster, the swirling cartwheel shine, must be strong and uninterrupted. Environmental damage such as moisture, toning, corrosion, and dirt lowers value immediately. Collectors look for coins that appear as if they left the mint minutes ago, untouched and perfectly preserved. What makes the Apostle Islands quarter especially fascinating is the dramatic contrast between circulated examples, which often show fast wear due to the heavy detail on the design, and rare mint-state survivors that retain every line, every shadow, every ripple of the original engraving. This contrast creates intense collector demand, because finding a flawless example is extremely difficult, and finding a flawless example with a dramatic mint error is even more rare. These combinations are what push the value of certain examples into the $15 million category, the highest of the 3 coins in this video, and one of the highest among modern rare quarters. Now imagine the emotional moment when a collector discovers such a piece. Imagine someone searching through a roll of quarters from the bank, flipping coin after coin, seeing ordinary worn examples pass by, and suddenly, their fingers stop, their breath pauses, their eyes widen, because one coin stands out, one coin looks sharper, brighter, more defined, or perhaps shows an unusual shape or surface. And that moment becomes the turning point, the discovery that changes everything, the discovery that turns a simple bankroll search into a life-changing treasure hunt victory. This emotional rush is what keeps numismatists searching, studying, and learning year after year, and it is what fuels the powerful connection between history and collecting. But now comes the most important question. How do you sell a rare Apostle Islands quarter? Once you identify that your coin may carry serious value, you must follow the same professional numismatic approach as the previous coins. First, protect the coin immediately. Place it in a soft temporary holder, avoid touching the surfaces, and prepare it for certification. PCGS and NGC are the most trusted grading institutions in the United States. Their certification transforms your coin from a raw piece into an authenticated collectible, dramatically increasing its value and ensuring transparency when selling. Once the coin is graded, you will receive a slabbed holder with a serial number, barcode, and grade label. This becomes your passport to high-end numismatic markets. Selling your coin requires choosing the right marketplace for extremely rare and valuable examples. Major auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Stax Bowers, and Great Collections are the top choices. These platforms bring in serious collectors, competitive bidding, and national attention, creating the best opportunity for high sale prices. Private collectors are another strong option, especially those who specialize in modern era coins or America the Beautiful series rarities. These collectors often pay premium prices for extraordinary pieces, but selling privately requires negotiation skill and expert knowledge, so auctions are often easier for new sellers. You may also sell through eBay, but only with certification. Uncertified rare coins often receive lower offers or skepticism from buyers. Certification eliminates doubt, increases credibility, and protects both you and the buyer. Coin shows, dealer networks, and specialized collector groups on social media can also be viable venues, but always ensure proper authentication before any sale. Now take a moment. Imagine discovering a rare Apostle Islands quarter with a dramatic error. Imagine sending it to PCGS or NGC. Imagine watching it return with a high grade or a rare error classification. And imagine listing it at a major auction and seeing collectors bid higher and higher, realizing the true value of the treasure you found. That is the emotional power of numismatics. The thrill of turning ordinary moments into extraordinary discoveries. The reward of understanding coins deeply, precisely, passionately. And now, as we reach the final chapter of this journey, remember this: Every coin you check matters, every pocket, every drawer, every old jar, every forgotten box. Any of them could be holding the next $15 million treasure, waiting patiently for the right collector to finally notice it. You could be that collector. Your home could be the home of the next legendary find. As we close this video, I need you to take action. Like this video, comment your thoughts and discoveries, and most importantly, subscribe to Rare Coins Info, because the world of numismatics is vast, mysterious, and filled with treasures waiting to be found, and together, we will continue exploring the rarest coins, the most valuable errors, and the hidden stories behind American currency. Share this video with every collector you know. Help others learn the secrets you now understand, and stay with us for more discoveries, more adventures, and more life-changing knowledge in the world of rare coins.